Hello guys and welcome back to the SimpliCode programming channel. This is Vikesh and let's get started with today's topic, which is about hash maps in Java. In the previous session, I covered about the theoretical concepts of map and the key value arrangement and the keys being basically a set and the values basically being a list. And now we are looking at the API documentation of the hash map class. You can see the k comma v here. These are the types of the key and the value which the hash map will accept. You can see k is basically the type of keys and v is basically the type of mapped values. Like I explained, it's basically keys are stored in a set fashion and values are stored in a list collection fashion. This is not by default synchronized. So if you want a thread safe collection, then you would have to do something else, which I will cover in the future sessions. This is a very brief overview of what hash map is, but let's look at the example to understand better, and then I will be able to explain it in a bit more detail. So now we are looking at an example, which is basically a class which is called Hashmap Demo. I have a main method here, and then at line number 10, I'm initializing the map. And as you can see that on the LHS, we see the concrete class Hashmap, and I can do this, and this will still work provided you have the import here. I had the import here, so it will work fine. And I'm saying that this map is going to contain a key value arrangement where the keys are the string type and the values are of the type integer, and it's ultimately a hash map. Here I don't need to again provide the generics because I have already provided the generics here. The name of the map is just simply a map. And again, you can specify a size or you can skip the size based on the memory requirements and the program requirements. Now coming to the point where you want to add elements to the map. Now, since this is a key value arrangement, here the name of the method through which you are going to add elements is put. So you call map.put and then you provide the key, comma, you provide the value. That's the syntax for adding an element, or we technically call that element an entry. This key value together is called entry. So if you have to add an entry to the map, you have to write it in this way where key, comma, value is the convention. So I'm adding three elements or three entries here, which is a, comma 10, b, comma 20, and c, comma 30. A, B, C are basically the keys, and 10, 20, and 30 are the corresponding values of these keys respectively. After that, I'm showcasing another utility method of this particular class, which you can use to find the size of the map. So you can just call map.size and it will print the size of the map. After that, I'm printing the actual map, the whole map. And then I'm using some more methods, but again, let's comment this code and let's understand this code one by one so that there is no confusion. So to start with, I'm going to add some elements, some entries, and I'm going to print the size of the map and the map itself. Let's run this program. So here you can see the size of the map is printed as 3 because I've added 3 entries. And then when I call map inside the system.out.println method, I get the whole map printed here. And this is how the map will look like when it is printed. You can see key equal to value syntax here, where a equal to 10, b equal to 20, and c equal to 30 are the key value representations or the entries here, separated by comma, enclosed by the curly braces. That's how our map looks like. So far, so good. The next thing which I'm going to showcase to you is the contains method. And since the map has this set, which is the keys basically, that's why map provides a method called contains key. Basically, you can check if a particular key is present in the map or not. And if you know the key is present, then it's very easy to get the value from the key. Map will provide a method also where you can supply the key and get the value. So knowing the key is the most important part, and that's why map provides a method called contains key. So you can call this method, specify the key which you want to check for the presence in the map. It is going to check whether A is present in this map's key set or not. If the A is available in this keys, we can see A is available, then this condition is going to hold true. And then, like I said, if you want to fetch the value, then you can call the get method providing the key, you can fetch the value from the key. That's the core idea which you should remember. So I call map.get, specify the key, and this is going to spit out the value which is being pointed by this particular key. In this case, A is pointing to 10. When I say pointing, it's not pointer, remember, it's just a reference. So map.get of A is going to get the actual value which this key is pointing to, which is 10. And then I am printing this integer A, which is the actual value pointed by this particular key. So let's run this program and see if this works. So we get these two outputs from the above, and then this is the output which is coming from the if block. So it checked whether the map is containing a key with the name A. Yes, it was able to find that. And then we asked the Java program to fetch the value corresponding to this particular key. So we just called map.get of A, and it fetched 10 and it printed 10 here. That's why you see 10 here. Okay, so that's how you can basically use the contains key method and the get method. Now, what if you want to iterate over all the keys? What if you what if you have to use the all the keys and you have to make some pattern or make some observation about all the keys in your map? You can do that by iterating over the key set, and for that map provides a method called keyset. So you just called map.keyset, and this is going to fetch all the keys in a set representation and will be provided to you. So here when I call map.keyset, this is basically giving me a set which is containing all the keys, and then I'm iterating over the keys one by one. You would be familiar with this syntax by now, which is the enhanced for loop syntax. And inside this, I'm printing the key, which is the current temporary variable holding the current key, and the value pointed by that particular key at that particular step. And I'm again using the same method get, which I showed you here. Same method. So you provide the key and you will get the value. So I'm going to get all the keys, iterate over the keys, and then print the key and the value. Let's see how this looks like. So till this we were good, and here you will see the output which is coming out from this particular for loop. From this particular for loop, line 25 to line 27, where I'm iterating over the key set, printing the key and value one by one. So this is how to show you, if you just have access to the key set, you can still iterate over the whole map. But what if you know everything? You have access to the key set, you have access to the values, and if you just want to iterate over it, then you can use this particular way. And instead of map.keyset, you're going to use map.entrySet. If you remember, map treats each key value arrangement as a single entry. Entry is the keyword here. So map.entrySet is going to give me all the entries in the map, and then each entry is basically of type entry class. This is the representation of each entry, and we know how this representation formed. Entry is the class basically which is coming out of this map collection hierarchy, and then let me just save this, and then string is the key and integer is the value held by each entry inside the map. So that's what we are going to do. We are going to pick up all the entries in the map and going to iterate over the entries one by one by writing this enhanced for loop. And entry is the temporary variable which is going to hold each entry one by one at each step. And then it's very simple. You call entry.getKey, you will get the key, and you call entry.getValue and you will get the value. So it's much simpler than this one where you had to do map.get to understand. Here it's very implicit. Get key is going to get you the key, and get value is going to get you the value. So you just need to call map.entrySet, iterate over the entry set, and get each entry's key and value and print them or do whatever your program requires to be done. That's how you will use it. So let's run this one as well to verify if this works. Okay, so this is the output which is coming from the last loop, this loop basically. You can see key, I did not put any space. That's why you see key A, key B, and key C together. Let me put a space here and put a hyphen so that the output looks better. And let me rerun this. Yeah, this is much better. So you can see the key A, value 10, key B, value 20, and key C, value 30. This is coming from this particular for loop, which I just showed you. So this is all I wanted to cover in this particular session. We went deeper into the hash map representation, and we saw a bunch of methods: contains key, key set, entry set, get, put, etc. And we showed how we can use the hash map for different purposes in the program. In the next session, we'll go deeper into the tree map concept, and we'll also look at a demo of tree map and we'll understand how it works. If you like this video, a thumbs up would be massively appreciated. And please do not forget to subscribe to SimpliCode for more programming related videos.